Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to start a completely new current affairs revision MCQ series. Now इस सीरीज में टोटल 1700 प्लस करंट अफेयर्स के क्वेश्चंस हम कवर करने वाले हैं जो कि अक्टूबर 2025 से लेकर नवंबर 2024 तक के करंट अफेयर्स हैं। आज पर्टिकुलरली इस वीडियो में हम अक्टूबर 2025 मंथ को कवर करेंगे एंड ये सारे क्वेश्चंस जो हैं ये स्पीडी की बुक, इसके अलावा प्रतियोगिता दर्पण, क्रॉनिकल एंड सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आर टेकन फ्रॉम द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर्स. ओके, सो लेट अस स्टार्ट दिस वीडियो एंड आई कैन अश्योर यू दैट कोई भी एग्जाम आप दो 90% से ज़्यादा ही करंट अफेयर्स क्वेश्चन यहाँ से हिट करेंगे. एंड आज की इस वीडियो में अक्टूबर मंथ हम कवर करने वाले हैं जिसके अराउंड 300 प्लस MCQ क्वेश्चंस हैं. तो इसे अकेली इस वीडियो से आप अपने अक्टूबर मंथ के सारे करंट अफेयर्स को कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं. इफ़ यू वांट द PDF ऑफ दिस यू कैन contact me on the Telegram channel. Okay, so let us start with our today's video. Now, India and Nepal signed an agreement to develop two new high voltage cross border power transmission line. अब यहाँ पे दो चीज़ें इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं आपको बताता हूँ आफ्टर टेलिंग यू द क्वेश्चन. विच इंडियन PSU साइंड द JV एग्रीमेंट विथ नेपाल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अथॉरिटी. सो ये एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है पावर ग्रिड कॉरपोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया ने. तो दो क्वेश्चंस जो यहाँ से इंपॉर्टेंट है. फर्स्ट वन इज कि रिसेंटली पावर ट्रांसमिशन लाइन यहाँ पे इनॉग्रेट की गई है इंडिया एंड नेपाल के बीच में एंड पावर ग्रिड इंडिया हैज साइंड दिस एग्रीमेंट. ना इसके अलावा व्हाट इज द नेम. सो सेकंड क्वेश्चन मैंने नेम पे बना दिया है. सो द प्रपोज्ड इनुरावा न्यू पूर्णिया 400 किलोवाट ट्रांसमिशन लाइन कवर्स हाउ मेनी किलोमीटर्स इन इंडिया. सो टोटल इंडिया में 109 किलोमीटर इसने कवर किया है. एंड अगर आपसे पूछा जाए इनुरावा एंड न्यू पूर्णिया ट्रांसमिशन लाइन इज सिचुएटेड बिटवीन नेपाल एंड इंडिया एंड इंडिया में भी बिहार स्टेट में ये लाइन है. सो इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, आप ध्यान रखेंगे. यूनियन मिनिस्टर जे किशन रेड्डी लॉन्च द कोयला शक्ति डैशबोर्ड एंड द क्लैंप पोर्टल. दोनों पोर्टल्स के नेम यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप ध्यान रखना. इन अक्टूबर 2025 these initiatives are related to which sector. So this initiative is related to the coal sector. Name of the portals आप याद रखेंगे. The समृद्ध ग्राम 5 digital service pilot project was launched in how many states. Now ये समृद्ध ग्राम 5 digital जो services हैं, this the aim of this is to connect the e-governance facility with the rural initiatives. Now recently अभी 3 states में ये launch हुई हैं, that is मध्य प्रदेश, उत्तर प्रदेश and आंध्र प्रदेश. Next is Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan inaugurated a new vegetable and flower seed processing unit of the NSC at which location. So ये inaugurate हुआ है पूसा complex, New Delhi. The NTPC Energy Limited was upgraded to which CPSE category in October 2025? Important question हो सकता है for the banking examinations. So this was promoted to Schedule A. The India commenced the large-scale tri-services exercise Trishul on October 30th 2025. Where is it being conducted? तो ये एक्सरसाइज त्रिशूल है, ये वेस्टर्न बॉर्डर पे यहाँ पे कंडक्ट की जा रही है. एक्सरसाइज त्रिशूल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है दिस ईयर क्योंकि बहुत एक मैसिव एक्सरसाइज है ये, सो आप इसको ध्यान में रखेंगे. यूनियन मिनिस्टर पीयूष गोयल लॉन्च द अनुसंधान नेशनल रिसर्च फंड वर्थ हाउ मच. सो 1 लाख करोड़ का ये फंड लॉन्च हुआ है. The National Communications Academy (NCA) signed an MOU with which IIM to boost telecom sector development. So, with IIM Calcutta, this deal has been signed. SBI Foundation and ICRI SAT launched the Smart Crop Project to support smallholder farmers in which 2 states? So, ये कर्नाटका एंड तेलंगाना स्टेट में ये लॉन्च हुआ है एंड दिस क्वेश्चन इज इंपॉर्टेंट, आप ध्यान रखेंगे. According to the RBI's FLA census 2024, which 2 countries together accounted for over 1/3 of the FDI in India? So, USA and Singapore, जिसमें कि सबसे ज़्यादा FDI सिंगापुर से आती है, फर्स्ट रैंक है. So, इसको आप ध्यान रखेंगे, इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. Next is the Asian Development Bank approved a USD 460 million loan for agriculture solarization in which Indian state? महाराष्ट्र स्टेट में ये डील साइन हुई है. The IEF Fintech received in principle approval from the IFSA to operate as a payment service provider at which location? तो गिफ्ट IFSC सिटी गुजरात में है, यहाँ पे इसको परमिशन मिल गई है। The BPCL and oil signed an MOU to build a greenfield refinery and petrochemical complex in which state? So ये डेवलप होगा आंध्र प्रदेश में नियर रामायापट्टनम पोर्ट इन नेल्लोर। South Korea conferred the Grand Order of the Mugungawa on which global leader in October 2025? Very important question. So जो यहाँ पे सिविलियन ऑनर है, दिस हैज बीन अवॉर्डेड टू डोनाल्ड ट्रंप। Who became the world's oldest serving president at 92 after winning the Cameroon's 2025 presidential election? So Paul Biya is the world's oldest serving president at the age of 92. Important question है। Next is Russia tested the nuclear powered underwater drone in October 2025. What is its name? So Poseidon is the name of the drone. Nameetbir Singh Walia from Punjab achieved which chess title in October 2025? International Masters का title achieve किया है। Which ministry launched the National Blockchain Framework with a sanctioned budget of 64.76 crore? It has been launched by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. What is the name of the technical foundation under the NBF for building the blockchain-based governance applications? So this is the Vishwasya blockchain stack. Niti Aayog released 2 inaugural reports on which sector in October 2025? तो सर्विसेज सेक्टर पे रिपोर्ट्स यहाँ पे रिलीज हुई हैं। According to the Niti Aayog's report, what was the contribution of the services sector to the India's GVA? That is the gross value added. जो सर्विसेज सेक्टर है इसका ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड में कितना कंट्रीब्यूशन है? सो अराउंड 55% का कंट्रीब्यूशन है। Union Cabinet approved the terms of reference for the which pay commission in October 2025? So 8th Central Pay Commission यहाँ पे terms of reference अप्रूव हुआ है। Now important आपके लिए ये है कि who is appointed as the chairperson of the 8th Central Pay Commission? So the name is Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai. The Union Cabinet approved the nutrient-based subsidy NBS rate for Rabi 2025-26 with a budgetary requirement of around 37,000 crore. The Indian Army signed a contract to procure indigenously developed software-defined radios. These were developed by the DRDO. So यहाँ पे जो software-defined radios हैं, these are developed by the DRDOs. ये आप ध्यान में रखेंगे। Which new standard was launched by the DRDO to standardize the military communication system? So IRSA Standard 1.0 was recently approved. The Government of India set up a panel under Neeraj Kumar Gupta to review rebate rates under which two export schemes? So this is the RoadTep and Rosktel scheme. The Indian Post released a special cover commemorating the Coal India's Golden Jubilee and SECL Ruby Jubilee in which city? So Raipur, Chhattisgarh में it has been released. Wavec signed a MOU with which startup hub to boost India's AVGC and XR, that is the Artificial Reality Ecosystem. So the name is T-Hub and ये inaugurate हुआ है तेलंगाना में. The 47th ASEAN Summit was held in which country? So it was held in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Very important है, ध्यान में रखेंगे। During the 22nd ASEAN India Summit, PM Modi announced 2026 as the year of maritime cooperation. Very important question. Next is Elon Musk company XAI launched an AI powered encyclopedia in October. What is it called? So the name of the Elon Musk company XAI ने launch किया है Grokpedia, and Grok यहाँ पे is the name of the AI assistant launched on the platform X. PayPal partnered with which AI company to enable in-chat payments in ChatGPT? OpenMind के साथ यहाँ पे cooperation declare किया गया है। Tata Advanced System, TASL and Safran inaugurated a 425 crore aero engine component facility in which state? It has been inaugurated in Telangana. Who was honored as one of the 2025 top agri-food pioneers by the World Food Prize Foundation? तो शेफ संजीव कपूर। Important question है, एग्जाम में आ सकता है। Next is former England fast bowler James Anderson was awarded which honor in October? So he was awarded knighthood by the UK. Who was sworn in as the 6th president of Seychelles in October 2025? It was Patrick Hermini. Scientists discovered a super Earth named JC251c located how far from Earth? It is located around 20 light years from the Earth. Who won the Mexican Grand Prix of 2025? Lando Norris. Important है, ध्यान में रखेंगे आप. The International Stuttering Awareness Day is observed annually on October 22nd. The Ministry of Culture signed MOUs with how many institutions under the Gyan Bharatam mission for manuscript conservation and digitization? So total 17 languages में announce किया गया है and ये question बहुत important है. The Government of India approved an investment of 5,532 crore for setting up how many electronics component plant under ECMS? So 7 components के लिए announce हुआ है. The Ministry of Agriculture approved procurement of pulses and oilseeds worth how much for the Kharif season 25-26? तो 15,000 around 15,000 crore के around procurement यहाँ पे release हुआ है. Which department integrated the Legal Information Management and Briefing System LIMBS with the PFMS for the paperless advocate fees disbursal? So ये यहाँ पे integrate किया है Department of Legal Affairs ने. HAL signed an MOU with which Russian company to manufacture the SJ-100 civil aircraft in India? So ये sign किया गया है with the PGSC USC. The United Nations Convention Against Cybercrime was signed in which city? Very important question. ये sign हुआ था हनोई वियतनाम में. Which organization adopted the first ever global soil security law framework in October? Very important question. So this was accepted by IUCN. Who represented India at the 19th mid-term ministerial meeting of NAM in Kampala, Uganda? So Kirti Vardhan Singh. RBI released the second edition of its payment system report for which period? जून 2025 के पीरियड के लिए रिपोर्ट यहाँ पे अक्टूबर में रिलीज हुई थी. From November 1, 2025, new nomination rules under the Banking Laws Amendment Act allow up to how many nominees for deposit account? So यहाँ पे up to 4 nominees हो सकते हैं. Important question है for the banking examination. SBI and Bank of Baroda were designated to establish which new entity for real-time fraud detection in digital payments? So this is the IDPIC, that is Indian Digital Payment Intelligence Corporation. Important question है ये. Next देखते हैं. Which fintech company enabled UPI payments for NRI using the international mobile numbers in October? This is the Paytm. Where was the second edition of the Indian Navy's Commanders Conference of 2025 held? ये held हुआ था न्यू दिल्ली में. ठीक है. During the Army Commander Conference 2025 in Rajasthan, which new digital initiative was launched? So सैनिक यात्रा मित्र ऐप. एक बात ध्यान रखना आप लोग, आर्मी कमांडर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस ये राजस्थान में हेल्ड हुई थी, बट नेवी कमांडर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस जो भी हमने देखा दैट वाज हेल्ड इन न्यू दिल्ली. नेक्स्ट इज which 4 Tamil Nadu districts were included under the PM धन धान्य कृषि योजना in October 2025? So यहाँ पे हमारा शिवगंगा, थूथीकुड़ी एंड विरुद्धनगर was added. Ramco Systems signs an MOU with the which IIT Madras incubated startup to advance India's electric air taxi ecosystem? So this is the E-Plane company. The Maha-Medtech mission was jointly launched by the ANRF and CICMR and which global foundation? So ये launch हुआ था Gates Foundation के साथ. That is the foundation of Bill Gates. INS Satluj completed its 18th joint hydrographic survey mission in which country in October 25? So Mauritius. Important question है, ध्यान में रखेंगे आप. Next is who was posthumously honored with the Vigyan Ratna under Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar 2025? Very important question. Correct answer is Professor Jayant Vishnu Narilkar. Which team won the Vigyan Team Award under the Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar 25? This is the CIR Aroma Mission Team. Who was reappointed as the part-time chairman of the Kotak Mahindra Bank effective from January 2026? So this is CS Ranjan. Reliance and Meta announced a 855 crore AI joint venture in October. What is the name of the new subsidiary? So the name of new subsidiary is Reliance Enterprise Intelligence Limited. Russia successfully tested its nuclear power cruise missile Burevestnik in October. Where was the test conducted? Important नाम है, मिसाइल का नाम आप याद रखेंगे. So this was tested in the Pankavo test site in Arctic region. Which Indian grandmasters won the gold at the European Chess Club 2025 in Rhodes, Greece? Important है. Who won also and where it was conducted? ये दोनों questions आपके लिए important है. Correct answer is D. Gukesh and Divya Deshmukh. India defeated which country to win the Kogni Vera International Polo Cup 2025 in New Delhi? अर्जेंटीना को डिफीट किया था. पद्मश्री अवॉर्डी डॉक्टर के Mathangi Ramakrishnan, who passed away in October, was renowned for her work in which field? So he was renowned in the plastic and reconstructive surgery. Infantry Day is observed on 27th October. Theme of the World Day for the Audio-Visual Heritage 2025 is A Window to the World. Important है, ध्यान में रखेंगे आप. Next is International Animation Day, observed on October 28. The Government of India approved the extension of which two investment option under the NPS and the UPS to the central government employees. So यहाँ पे LC75 and BLC का investment options यहाँ पे open रखा है. The Ministry of Women and Child Development launched a new toll-free helpline number for Poshan Abhiyan and the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana effective from 1st November. What is this new number? So ये new number है 1515. Which two institutes were recognized as the centers of excellence under the National Critical Mineral Missions? Important question है, बहुत important question है. So these two institutes are IISc Bangalore and CMET Hyderabad. Where was the 16th session of the UNCTAD held in October? So this was held in Geneva, Switzerland. Important question. What was the theme of UNCTAD 16th session? So the theme was Shaping the Future, Driving Economic Transformation for Equitable, Inclusive and Sustainable Development. The 4th FATF plenary meeting was held in Paris. Which Indian conservationist was elected chair of the IUCN Species Survival Commission for the term 2025 to 29, becoming the first Asian to hold the post? Important question है. Correct answer की बात करूं, so this is Vivek Menon. The 14th India-Bhutan Border Management and Security Meeting was held in which city? It was held in Thimphu, Bhutan. RBI launched the 4th edition of its Global Hackathon, Harbinger. What was the theme? The theme was Secure Banking Powered by Identity, Integrity and Inclusivity. The World Bank approved a USD 280 million loan to Kerala under which program? So the name of this program is Kerala Health System Improvement Program, and this is an important question. The BEML signed an MOU with Italy's TESMAC SPA to introduce which equipment in India? To introduce the surface miner equipment. The Indian Coast Guard launched two advanced fast patrol vessels at Goa shipyard. What are their names? Very important question. So यहाँ पे जो name है, this is ICGS Ajit and ICGS Aparajit. NASA confirmed the discovery of two new quasi-moons of Earth. What is its designation? Designation है यहाँ पे 2025 PN7. So the question can be asked, 2025 PN7 is what? So this is a new quasi-moon that has been discovered by NASA. The BWF World Junior Championship 2025 were hosted in which Indian city? It was hosted in Guwahati, Assam. Which Indian shuttler won the silver in the girls singles at the BWF World Junior Championship of 2025? This is Tanvi Sharma. Thailand Queen Mother Shrikit Kitiyakara, who passed away in October, was popularly known as the Green Queen. Important है, इस तरह के questions पूछ सकते हैं कि Green Queen किन्हें बोला जाता था? So this was Thailand's Queen Mother Shrikit Kitiyakara. The Global Media and Information Literacy Week was observed from October 24 to 31. What was the theme? Theme was Mind over Artificial Intelligence, MIS. The World Polio Day 2025 was observed on 24th October with which theme? So the theme was End Polio, Every Child, Every Vaccine, Everywhere. The flagship poverty alleviation program has mobilized over 10.05 crore rural women household into 90.9 lakh SHG as of June 2025. So this is, the program is Day National Rural Livelihood Mission. In October 25, Kerala signed an MOU with the Ministry of Education to join with centrally sponsored scheme. So this is the PM Shri School schemes. Union Minister, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh released which new procurement manual in October? So he released the Defense Procurement Manual of 2025. The Defense Acquisition Council approved capital acquisition proposals worth 79,000 crore rupees. DPIIT signed MOUs with which two entities to strengthen India's startup ecosystem? So this is the Kotak Mahindra Bank and Primus Partners. India was re-elected as the vice chairperson of the Bureau for Asia Pacific at the COP10 of the ICADS held in Paris, France, which is also the UNESCO headquarters. The government of India partnered with which country to establish the first IIT campus in that nation? This is Nigeria, and this is very important question. The Indian Air Force participated in the multinational exercise Ocean Sky 2025 hosted by Spain. Dr. Ashok Kumar Veeramuthu from Nilgiris was named among the top 2% scientists for the third consecutive time, and this is important. The name of the scientist is very much important. Which US-based firm announced plans to acquire 9.99% stake in the Federal Bank for 6,000 crore? So this is the Blackstone company. Punjab National Bank sold a 10% stake in Canada HSBC Life Insurance for 1,007 crores. Cochin Shipyard Limited delivered the first of 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow craft named as INS Mahi. Airbus, Leonardo and Thales signed an MOU to merge their satellite operation into the European JV, expected to be operational by the year 2027. This year is important because private partners हैं, so ये important हो जाता है from the perspective of the science and tech. Botanists from the Davangere University discovered new plant species of which family in the Western Ghats? This is the Melastomaceae. Legendary Indian advertiser and Padma Shri awardee who passed away on 24th October was Piyush Pandey. The name of the obituary is important. The book Modi's Mission was authored by Birjis Desai. The United Nations Day 2025 was observed on 24th October with the theme of United Nations at 80, Building Our Future Together. Which Indian minister released a commemorative postage stamp on UN 80 anniversary? This is S. Jaishankar. The ITBP, that is the Indo-Tibetan Border Police, celebrated its Raising Day on 24th October. ITBP celebrated its 64th Foundation Day. The World Development Information Day is observed annually on 24th October. Who released 3 publications under the AI for India 2030 initiative in October 2025? So this is the Principal Scientific Advisor Ajay Kumar Sood. The Indian Army signed a 2,700 crore deal to procure 4.25 indigenous cabinet. Which company will supply them? So the Bharat Forge and Adani PLR system will supply. The Indian Army signed an MOU with which university to enhance defense research and skill development? This is the Delhi Technological University. The Ministry of Housing launched the training module on public health management. Sorry, this is the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Launched the training module on public health management of chemical emergencies in collaboration with NCDC, NDMA and WHO India. India and the UK launched this fellowship program in October 25 to support the young Indian scientists. This is the Ramanuja Junior Research Program. The Coal India signed an MOU with IIT Madras to establish which new center? So this is the Center for Sustainable Energy. According to FAO's Global Forest Resource Assessment, what is India's global rank in the total forest area? This is the 9th rank. The India-Japan maritime exercise was held off the coast of which Japanese island? This is Kyushu, and this is very much important. Name of the exercise is also important, that is JMEX. Indian origin historian Sunil Amrit won 2025 British Academy Book Prize for which book? This is the Burning Earth, an environmental history of the last 500 years. Who was conferred the honorary rank of a lieutenant colonel in Territorial Army in October 25? This is Neeraj Chopra. Which Indian Olympic gold medalist was appointed as a torchbearer for the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics? Abhinav Bindra. And this is important. Next is which country won the FIFA Under 20 World Cup 2025 by defeating Argentina 2-0 in the finals? This is Morocco. Veteran space scientist and Padma Bhushan awardee who passed away in October was Eknath Vasant Chitnis. Former Union Minister and senior Congress leader who passed away in October was Yogendra Makwana. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh released a book titled Civil-Military Fusion as a Metric of National Power and Comprehensive Security. Who authored it? So Lieutenant General Raj Shukla authored it. The International Snow Leopard Day was observed on 23rd October with the theme Protecting the Mountain Guardian. National Cybersecurity Awareness Month 2025 in India was observed with which theme? So the theme was Cyber Jagriti Bharat. The Ministry of Civil Aviation celebrated the 9th anniversary of which scheme? So the 9th anniversary of Udan scheme, that is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Which Indian city became the first to implement a fully operational real-time flood forecasting and spatial decision support system? This is Chennai. And ये important है. The France-based naval group signed a MOU with which Indian shipyard to jointly export Scorpion-class submarine? This is the Musgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. Who inaugurated the Uttarakhand AI Impact Summit 2025 in Dehradun? Jitin Prasada. Next is India developed its first indigenously discovered antibiotic in October 25. What was its name? So the name was Nafithromycin. Important है question ये, बहुत important question है, ठीक है, क्योंकि indigenously developed था. Next is Asian Development Bank signed a USD 3 billion sovereign exposure exchange agreement with which institution? So the name of the institution is World Bank. Next is SEBI panel led by R.S. Gandhi proposed higher transaction fee for which entities? This is the clearing corporations. Ola Electric launched its first residential battery energy storage system, which is called Ola Shakti. Next is the Ministry of Women and Child Development received an award for implementing which scheme? So this is for implementing the PM Janman scheme. Which Indian judge was appointed as the chair of the WIPO advisory boards of judge? This is the Justice Pratibha M. Singh. Next is who became Japan's first female prime minister in October? A very important question. Correct answer is Sanai Taichi. Indian parathlete Joby Matthew won bronze in which event at the 2025 World Para Powerlifting Championship in Cairo? This is the men's 65 legend masters. Goa CM Pramod Sawant unveiled the official logo and anthem for which global sports event to be hosted in India? Important, very much important. This is the FIDE World Cup 2025 will be hosted in India. India won silver at the Sultan of Johor Cup 2025 after losing to which country in the final? After losing to Australia. Next is Police Commemoration Day is celebrated annually in India on which date? On October 25th. Next is during VP Alcuin's visit, Imperial Defense and Security signed a strategic cooperation agreement with which Indian company? This was with the Mahindra Group. The Government of India launched the 600 crore Kapas Kranti mission in October to promote cotton, high-yielded and long-stapled cotton. Which mobile app was launched to help farmers locate procurement center and book slots for cotton sales? This is the Kapan Kisan app. Kapas Kisan. And this is an important question. Department of Legal Affairs notified the Notaries Rules 2025 increasing the notary limits in the 4 states, that is Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan and Nagaland. Niti Aayog and DP World launched which initiative to empower women entrepreneurs? So the initiative is We Rise. The Ministry of Agriculture revised guidelines for which scheme to promote micro irrigation? So this is the PM PDMC scheme under the PM KSY. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sampada Yojana. India AI Mission and WHO launched a global call for abstract on AI in the sector of health. 8th session of the Codex Committee on Spices and Culinary Herbs in Guwahati finalized the standards for which 3 species? This is an important question. ठीक है, तो वनीला, कोरिएंडर एंड लार्ज कार्डमम पे जो है वो फाइनलाइज किया गया है. Aegea's Federal Life Insurance partnered with which bank for the SME bank assurance? So this is the CSB Bank. Who was elected as the first woman president of the Indian Cricket Association in October? And this is very much important. Correct answer is Shantha Rangaswamy. Next, Emirates NBD acquired a 60% stake in which Indian private bank in October? So this is the RBL Bank. Next is Cochin Shipyard Limited launched the 6th ASW shallow watercraft named INS Magdala. The 6 new ordonate dragonfly and damselfly species were discovered in which Indian national park? It were discovered in the Silent Valley National Park in Kerala. Next देखते हैं A new hairy snail species Lagochilius Hayumizaki was discovered in Maharashtra and named after which Japanese animator? This is Hayao Miyazaki. Nobel laureate Cheng Ning Yang, who passed away in October, was awarded Nobel Prize in the Physics in 1957 for parity violation in weak interactions. World Menopause Day 2025 was observed on 18th October, which with theme? So the theme was lifestyle medicine in menopausal health. Next है हमारा World Osteoporosis Day 2025 was observed on October 20th, which with theme? So it's unacceptable. National Solidarity Day observed in India on October 20 to commemorate which war? So this was the 1962 Indo-China War. Which ministry unveiled the first state mining readiness index? Very, very important. Correct answer is Ministry of Mines. Which state topped the SMRI 2025 rankings in category A, that is the mineral rich state? Correct answer is Madhya Pradesh. Which state topped the SMRI 2025 rankings in category B, medium mineral resources? This is Goa. Next है which state topped the SMRI 2025 ranking in C category? पंजाब ने यहाँ पे टॉप किया है. UIDAI launched the सीता scheme in October. Very very important है, पूछ सकते हैं आपको एग्जाम में. So the सीता scheme stands for Scheme for Innovation and Technology Association with Aadhaar. Indigo partnered with which platform to provide seamless boarding through app-to-app integration? Correct answer is DigiYatra. Next is according to Mercer CFA Global Pension Index 2025, what is India's rank? 52nd. Which country topped the Mercer CFA Global Pension Index 2025? Netherlands ने टॉप किया है. As per WDMMA 2025 ranking, which country's Air Force is ranked third most powerful globally? So this is the Indian Air Force. India and the EU conducted their first joint counter-terrorism training on the drone threats at which location? Manesar, Gurugram, at the NSG campus. HSBC collaborated with which fintech company to launch a unified payment acquiring platform? Correct answer is JustPay. Who was honored with the BRICS International Award 2025 in Moscow? Very very important question. Correct answer है हमारा Abu Sufyan Kharkov. Who was appointed Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat in October? Harsh Singhvi. Next is Rivaba Jadeja, inducted as a minister in Gujarat cabinet, is the spouse of which Indian cricketer? This is Ravindra Jadeja. Who received a 3-month extension as a CMD of BSNL and MTNL in October 2025? This is Robert J. Ravi. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh unveiled HAL first Tejas LCA Mark 1 fighter jet at which location? Nasik, Maharashtra. India's under-17 women football team qualified for which tournament for the first time in October? So this is the AFC Under-17 Women's Asian Cup 2026. Jharkhand unveiled the logo mascot anthem for which athletics championship in October? And this is important question. Correct answer है हमारा SAF Senior Championship. Japan former PM Tomichi Murayama, who passed away in October, is remembered for which statement? He is remembered for the Murayama statement that was related to the World War II apology. International Day for the Eradication of Poverty 2025 was observed on October 17 with which theme? So the theme was ending social and institutional maltreatment by ensuring respect and effective support to families. World Trauma Day 2025 was observed on October 17 with the theme Building a Safer Future with Trauma Care. PM Narendra Modi inaugurated multiple projects worth how much during the visit to Andhra Pradesh? 13,430 crore के यहाँ पे inaugurations हुए हैं. Which natural gas pipeline project of GAIL was inaugurated by PM Modi in Andhra Pradesh? This is the Srikakulam and Angul gas pipeline. Mongolian President Uknagin Khurseluk visited India. Mongolia announced its decision to join which international alliance? It is the International Solar Alliance, and ये question very very important है. During the UNTCC Chiefs Conclave of 2025 in New Delhi, the Indian Army proposed guiding principle for UN peacekeeping called the 4 Cs. What are they? Important question है. These 4 Cs are consultation, cooperation, coordination and capacity building. Ministry of Defense signed a 659 crore contract with MKU Limited for the procurement of advanced night sight image intensifier for the rifles. The Indian Army signed a 350 million euro contract with the Thales UK for which next generation weapon equipment. This is the lightweight modular missile system. Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal launched how many projects of New Mangalore Port Authority during the Golden Jubilee celebration? 8. The Indian Navy signed an MOU with IIT Delhi to collaborate on improving what aspect of naval ships? This is the quality of life on board. Which UN report highlighted that 391 million hectares of tropical forests are at a risk of deforestation? This is the UNEP, high risk forest, high value returns. Who was elected co-chair of the UN GGIM Asia Pacific Committee? This is Hitesh Kumar S. Makwana, who is also the Surveyor General of India, and this question is important. LIC launched 2 new insurance plans in October. Which are they? These are Jan Suraksha and Bima Lakshmi. GatePay partnered with which small finance bank to deploy its payment switch Vega? This is the ESFA Small Finance Bank. Which platform launched India's first women-exclusive UPI, LXME Pay? It was launched by LXME. Who was appointed as the Alliance Group country's head for India in October 2025? This is Ritu Arora. Which Australian Olympic champion swimmer announced retirement in October 25? This is Ariana Titmus. Which city will host the 2030 Commonwealth Games as announced by the Union Minister Amit Shah? Ahmedabad, Gujarat will host it. The 5th edition of the Khelo India University Games will be held in which state? It is going to be held in Rajasthan across 7 cities. Important question. Who authored the biography Shivam Subham, the biography of a couple on a MS Subbalakshmi and T Sadasivam? This is B.K. Harinarayan. The International Day of Intangible Cultural Heritage was observed for the second time on which date? It was observed on 17th October. The 5th edition of the India-Indonesian bilateral naval exercise Samudra Shakti was held at which location? Very very important. So ये जो हमारा held हुआ था, it was held in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Which Indian naval ship participated in the Samudra Shakti 2025? It was INS Kavarati. According to the Periodic Labour Force Survey monthly bulletin of September, India's overall unemployment rate rose to 5.2%. Which organization releases the PLFS monthly bulletin September? This was released by the NSO, which is under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. DRDO signed an MOU with SECI to develop how many solar capacity across its establishment? So 300 MW. Paras Defense and Space Technology signed an MOU with which Israeli company for inertial navigation solution? This is the Silo Inertial Solutions. A.R. Rahman collaborated with which tech giant to introduce the AI-powered avatar music project Secret Mountain? So this was signed with Google Cloud. Dr. Ambedkar Foundation signed MOU with the 3 universities to set up new Ambedkar chairs. The total number of operational chairs has rose to 28. According to the Henley's Passport Index of 2025, India's passport rank has slipped to 85th, and this is important. याद रखिएगा आप लोग. Which country topped the Henley's Passport Index of 2025? So Singapore has topped it. India का rank क्या है? 85th है. Where was the IUCN World Conservation Congress 2025 held? This was held in Abu Dhabi, UAE. During the IUCN Congress 25, India launched its first National Red List Roadmap and Vision Document. The 78th WHO Regional Committee for Southeast Asia was held in which city? This was held in Colombo, Sri Lanka. India and Panama established a 20-member inter-parliamentary friendship group in which country's National Assembly? In Panama. In the Global Financial Centers Index, India's GIFT City was ranked 43rd. Universal Sampurn General Insurance partnered with which bank to expand insurance services in Andhra Pradesh? This was none other than Andhra Pradesh Gramin Bank. Who was sworn in as the transitional president of the Madagascar after the military coup in October 25? This was Colonel Michael Radrineedina. DRDO successfully tested its indigenous military combat parachute system at what altitude? So it was tested at 30,000 feet, 32,000 feet. ISRO announced its target to launch India's first crew moon mission by which year? So the target is to do it by 2040. Global Hand Washing Day is observed annually on October 15th. The Government of India extended the tenure of the 16th Finance Commission till 30th November 2025. Who is the chairman of the 16th Finance Commission? It is Arvind Pangaria. Next is Union Minister Mansukh Mandviya chaired the 238th meeting of the Central Board of the Trustee of the EPF. Which new scheme was launched in this? So a Vishwas scheme was launched. The Ministry of Mines reclassified which mineral as a major mineral? This is limestone, and this is very important. Next is the Indian Air Force and the UK's Carrier Strike Group conducted a joint aerial exercise over which region? It was conducted over the Indian Ocean region. Next is which missile range is being extended from 160 km to 200 km by DRDO? So this is the Astra Mark II missile. Union Minister of State Arjun Ram Meghwal launched the LIMS Live Dashboard for Transparent Litigation Management. LIMS stand for the Legal Information Management and Briefing System. A is the correct answer. The Ministry of Labour and Employment signed an MOU with which company to boost the gig economy jobs via the NCS portal. So this is the Zomato. India was elected for the 7th time to which UN body for the 2026-28 term? This is the United Nations Human Rights Commission. So UNHRC is the correct answer. INS Shadri participated in the inaugural bilateral Navy exercises with South Korea. What is the name of this exercise? So the name is INROKN Bilateral Naval Exercise. The NPCI International signed an MOU with NIFT with entity data, Japan to enable UPI acceptance in which country? So in Japan. IMF raised India's financial year growth forecast to 6.6%. Who became the first Indian to climb 9 of the world 14 peaks above 8,000 meter in October 25? This is Bharat Hammi Neni. Who was appointed as the MD and CEO of Hyundai Motor India Limited effective January 2026? This is Tarun Garg. Who was appointed as the President-elect of the FICCI for 2025-26? This is Anant Goenka. Mirabai Chanu won silver at the 2025 IWF World Weightlifting Championship in which category? So this was in the Women's 48 kg category. Goa's Agriculture Minister and former CM passed away in October 2025. Was Ravi Nayak. Former Prime Minister of Kenya who passed away in Kerala in October 25 is Raila Odinga. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh released the book Ready, Relevant and the Resurgent to Shaping a Future Ready Force. Who authored it? It was authored by the CDS General Anil Chauhan. International Day of Rural Women 2025 was observed on October 15th with the theme. So the theme was the rise of the rural woman, building resilient future with Beijing plus 30. Next is the 9th edition of India Mobile Congress was held in New Delhi with the theme of Innovate to Transform, and this is important. Which alliance signed MOU with NASCOM and the European Space Agency during the IMC 2025? This is the Bharat 6G alliance. Union Minister Piyush Goyal launched with digital platform under the PM Gati Shakti to promote sustainable offshore development. So this was PM Gati Shakti offshore. Niti Aayog released a report titled India's Blue Economy Strategy for Harnessing Deep Sea and Offshore Fisheries. Which member launched it? So it was launched by Professor Ramesh Chandra with CEO BBR Subramaniam. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for the 3 NH project worth 2,000 crore in which union territory? So this was launched in the Puducherry. The Ministry of Civil Aviation launched a fixed airfare scheme named Fare Se Fursat. India's first AI Center of Excellence for Public Good was launched recently in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, and this is important. Which professional body partnered with MITI to provide verified financial and economic data for India's sovereign AI model? This was done by the ICI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. The Ministry of Minority Affairs set up a Center for Jain Study under the PMJVK at which university? It was set up at Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, that is the DAVV in Indore. Fourth edition of the India-Australia Joint Military Exercise Austra commenced at Perth, Australia at the Irwin Barracks. Which country became the first in the world to achieve triple elimination of mother-to-child transmission of HIV, syphilis and hepatitis B? So this was Maldives. Next is Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla led the Indian delegation to the 68th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference CPC held in the Bridgetown, Barbados. Muse Wearables partnered with NPCI to launch India's first wearable payments ecosystem through which device? So the name of the device is Rig1, and this is an important question. Next is Curie Money partnered with the AMC, with which AMC to enable instant redemption of mutual funds via UPI? This is the ICICI Prudential AMC. India's retail inflation in September 2025 dropped to a 99-month low of 1. To 54%. Who was elected as the chairman of the Association of Investment Bankers in India in October? So Mahavir Lunawat. India defeated which team 2-0 in the home test under the captaincy of Shubman Gill? So this was West Indies. Who was named the player of the series in which India's 2-0 test win over West Indies in October? So the player of the series was Ravindra Jadeja. PM Narendra Modi launched which two major schemes in agriculture on 14th October 2025? So this was the PM Dhanya Dhanya Krishi Yojana and the mission for Atmanirbharta in pulses. Next देखते हैं. What is the total outlay of the PM Dhanya Dhanya Krishi Yojana? 24,000 crore annually for 6 years. Overall 35,440 crore का पैकेज है. The mission for Atmanirbharta in pulses has an outlay of 11,440 crores. Netflix signed an MOU with which two entities to support student in the AVGC XR sector. So this has been signed with the IICT and FICCI. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh visited which country in October, marking the first visit since 2014. So he visited Australia. Flipkart and Pine Labs launched which prepaid transit card in October? Flipkart Bharat Yatra card. Which city introduced India's first QR-based kiosk for paying traffic fines? This has been launched by Gurugram, Haryana. Who won the 2025 Nobel Prize in Economics for explaining innovation-driven economic growth? So it has been given to Joel Moker, Philip Aghion and Peter Howard. The 5 beaches in which state has received the blue flag certification for the first time? So Maharashtra के 5 beaches हैं, that is the Shrivardhan, Nagon, Parnaka, Guhagar and Ladghar. Which bank was recognized as Asia's safest bank for the 17th consecutive year by the Global Finance? This is the DBS Bank of Singapore. Who was appointed as the ED, Executive Director of the RBI? Sonali Sen Gupta. Who was appointed as the IMF's first Deputy Managing Director in October, succeeding Geeta Gopinath? This is Dan Katz. Which Indian startup announced the launch of Mission Drishti, the world's first multi-sensor EO satellite in 2026? So it has been launched by the Galax I Space. The 11th Asian Aquatics Championship were hosted in which Indian city? It will be hosted in the Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Next is which team won the inaugural Archery Premier League 2025? Rajputana Royals, Rajasthan. Which Oscar-winning actress known for Annie Hall and The Godfather passed away in October? So this was Diane Keaton. World Arthritis Day was observed on October 12 with the theme Achieve Your Dreams. International Day for the Disaster Risk Reduction 2025 was observed on October 13 with the theme Fund Resilience, Not Disaster. Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma launched the scheme to repatriate the mortal remains of Assamese resident who die outside the state was his Shraddhanjali scheme. Which ministry recognized three major ports as the green hydrogen hubs under the National Green Hydrogen Mission? This is the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Which three ports were recognized as green hydrogen hubs under the NGHM? This is the Deen Dayal Port, Gujarat, VO Chidambaram, Tamil Nadu and Paradip of Odisha. The India Water and River Forum 2025 was jointly organized by CSR Box and which initiative? This is the Godavari initiative. Which report was launched at the India Water and Rivers Forum 2025? It is the India ESG Outlook Report 2025. Next is CCRAS announced the 4th edition of its flagship initiative to nurture young Ayurveda researchers. What is it called? This is known as the Spark 4.0. IISc Bangalore and IIT Madras joined the Greater Bangalore Authority for which World Bank funded project. So this is the Bangalore Water Security and Resilience Project. NEGD signed an MOU with which cooperative to provide technical support for the National Ride Hailing Platform. This is the Sahkar Taxi Cooperative. Niti Aayog released a roadmap for job creation in which sector of the economy? This is the AI economy. Which union minister visited Qatar in October and launched the UPI services there? This is Piyush Goyal. Which Indian bank signed an MOU with the BSF under the Rakshak salary package in October 2025? So this is the Bank of India. Which company launched India's first business-focused e-rupee voucher issuance platform in October 25? This is KotoPay. Which Indian sports legend launched the sportswear brand 10XU in October? This was launched by Sachin Tendulkar. Who was reappointed as the Prime Minister of France in October? This is Sebastian Lecornu. Who was appointed as the President of PHDCCI? So this is Rajiv Juneja of Mankind Pharma. The Indian Army initiated induction of which indigenous counter-UAS grid system in October? This is the Saksham. World Day Against the Death Penalty 2025 was observed on October 10th with which theme? So the theme was the death penalty, protect no one, abolish it now. World Egg Day 2025 was observed on 10th October with which theme? Theme was Mighty Egg packed with natural nutrition. Which UK PM visited India from October 8 to 9, marking his first official visit? Keir Starmer. During UK PM Keir Starmer visit, India and UK launched which corridor to boost financial and technological cooperation? This is the India-UK FinTech Corridor. How many UK universities announced plans to establish campuses in India under NEP? 9 universities. India signed a €350 million defense agreement with the UK for the supply of which missile system? This is the Martlet lightweight multi-role missiles. Next is Ministry of Textile notified major amendment to the PLI scheme in October. What was the revised minimum investment requirement? This was 150 crore. NTPC Renewable Energy signed an MOU with Gujarat government to develop how much renewable capacity? This is 15 gigawatt. CDEC signed an MOU with ICAT to jointly develop indigenous solutions in which sector? So in the automotive sector. The Indian Coast Guard conducted the 2-day CREX 25 of which coast? It is the Panambur coast in Mangaluru, Karnataka. World Habitat Day 2025 was observed by Mohua in New Delhi, which with theme? The theme was Urban Solution to Crisis. The WTO lowered its global trade growth forecast for CY26 to 0.5%. Who won the Nobel Peace Prize of 2025? Mariana Coriendo Machado, who is the Venezuelan Opposition leader. RBI appointed whom as its executive director effective March 26? Sanjay Kumar Hansada. Which Indian cricketer was appointed as the English Premier League ambassador in India? Sanju Samson. The two new non-luminous firefly species were discovered in which Indian state? Tamil Nadu. A new wasp species, Nisolinx banabiteni, was discovered in which Indian city? It was discovered in Kolkata. Former chairman emeritus of the Prestige Limited who passed away in October was P.T. Jagannath. The book मैंने कैंसर को जीत लिया was authored by Dr. P. Vijay Anand Reddy. World Migratory Birds Day was observed on October 11th, which theme? So the theme was shared spaces, creating bird-friendly cities and communities. PM Narendra Modi inaugurated the first phase of which major airport project in Maharashtra? So this was the Navi Mumbai International Airport. The total budget outlay of the Navi Mumbai International Airport is 19,000 crores. Which company is developing NMIA under the PPP model? So Adani Airports Holding. PM Modi inaugurated the final phase of which Mumbai Metro line? So this was the Line 3 Aqua line. Which integrated mobility app was launched in Mumbai to unify metro, bus and suburban train service? This is the Mumbai one. Which three entities signed an MOU in October to strengthen the telecom policy, research and capacity building? This is the NCA, DOT and GSMA. Which ministries jointly launched the Tobacco-Free Youth Campaign 3.0 in October 25? So this is the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health. How many new commodities were added to the eNAM portal? Total 9. The Ministry of Minority Affairs signed an MOU with which IIT for a skilling project under the PM Vikas? IIT Palakkad. Niti Aayog launched a study titled AI for Inclusive Societal Development in partnership with which firm? It was launched in partnership with Deloitte. According to WHO's global report, which three South Asian countries are on track to achieve 30% tobacco use reduction by the year end? So this is the India, Bangladesh and Nepal. Which country inaugurated world's first solar thermal power plant in Gobi Desert? China. HSBC India launched which new platform with a $1 billion fund to support startup? HSBC Innovation Banking. Pamerica Life Insurance partnered with which small finance bank for bancassurance across 18 states? This is the Equitas Small Finance Bank. All in Air India signed an interline partnership with which Taiwan-based airline? So it has signed with the Starlux Airlines. Who won the 2025 Nobel Prize of Literature? So Lazalo, President Kori of Hungary. Who retained the top spot in the India's richest person? Forbes India is Mukesh Ambani. Who was appointed as the new Prime Minister of Madagascar? General Rufin Fortunat Zafi-Sambo. 4 new plant species were discovered in which biodiversity hotspot in October 2025? This is the Western Ghat. Indian Air Force Day 2025 was observed on October 8 with which themes? Indian Air Force Infallible, Impervious and Precise. World Post Day 25 was observed on October 9 with which theme? Post for People, Local Service and Global Reach. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved 4 multi-tracking projects worth how much? 24,000 crore. The approved railway project under PM Gati Shakti will cover how many villages? 3,633. DRDO launched which new standard to enable interoperability in military communication? This is the IRSA 1. IIT Madras signed an MOU with which organization to strengthen the naval technology research? The Indian Navy. The government unveiled the logo of India AI Impact Summit 2026. Which symbol is at the center of the logo? Ashok Chakra. The ILO says State of the Social Justice Report highlighted that child labor was among 5 to 14 years has reduced to 106 million. RBI linked the FX retail platform with which system to facilitate dollar transaction? Bharat Connect. NPCI launched a subsidiary to boost fintech innovation. It is called the NPCI Tech Solution Limited. Bajaj Finserv rebranded its insurance business after acquiring Allianz stake. What are the new names? The new name is Bajaj Life Insurance and Bajaj General Insurance. SBI General Insurance launched a DIY health insurance plan with 50 customizable options. It is called Health Alpha. RBI cancelled the license of which Satara-based urban cooperative bank. So this is the Jijamata Mahila Sahkari Bank. Who won the 2025 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for developing metal organic frameworks? This is Susuma Kitagawa, Richard Robson, and Omar Yagi. Actor and honorary Lieutenant Colonel Mohanlal was honored with which award by the Indian Army Chief? This is the COAS Commendation Card. Union Minister Ram Mohan Naidu launched the book Above and Beyond, authored by Shiv Kumar Mohanka. The National Postal Week was observed from 6th to 10th October. World Cotton Day 2025 was observed on 7th October with the theme Global, the Fabric of Our Lives, India, Cotton 2040, Technology, Climate and Competitiveness. Next is who presided over 71st National Wildlife Week celebration in Dehradun? Bhupendra Yadav. What was the theme of the National Wildlife Week? This is Human-Wildlife Coexistence. Which 5 national projects were launched during the Wildlife Week? Very important question. Correct answer हमारा Project Dolphin Phase 2, Project Sloth Bear, Project Gharial, COEH at the second, Project Tiger outside the tiger reserves. According to the NCRB crime report, which city was ranked India's safest for the 4th consecutive year? This is Kolkata. Which city was ranked most unsafe in NCRB crime data? This is Kochi. The Ministry of Mines issued guidelines for 1500 crore scheme in October. This is the Critical Mineral Recycling Scheme. Where was the National Conference on Land Administration and Disaster Management held? It was held in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Which 3 organizations signed an MOU to strengthen railway disaster response in October? This is the RPF, NDRF and IRIDM. Airtel Business secured a multi-year cybersecurity contract from which Indian Railways unit? So by IRSOC. Indian Coast Guard conducted the 10th NATO Polrex of which coast? Of Chennai coast. Which ministry launched the People Plan campaign 2025-26? Sabki Vikas Sabki Yojana Sabka Vikas. So this is by the Ministry of Panchayat. Where will the Namo Semiconductor Laboratory established? In IIT Bhubaneswar. DDWS signed an MOA with which institute to strengthen digital monitoring of rural water and sanitation? This is BISAG. SEBI launched which 2 initiative in October? So SEBI launched the Validate UPI handles and SEBI Check. Which cooperative bank launched India's first youth-focused digital banking app, Cosmos Galgal? So this was launched by the Cosmos Cooperative Bank. PhonePe and Utkarsh SFB launched the FD-backed RuPay credit card named Wish Credit Card. Razorpay and Yes Bank launched India's first RBI-compliant biometric authentication system for the card payments. Who presented the My Bharat NSS Awards? It was presented by President Draupadi Murmu. Nobel Prize in Physics won by John Clark, Michael Devoret and John Martinez. Who was sworn in as the chief executive member of Bodoland Territorial Council? This was Hagrama Mohilari. PM Narendra Modi launched this centrally sponsored scheme worth 60,000 crore to upgrade its ITIs. This is the PM Setu scheme. How many vocational skill labs were inaugurated under PM Setu in Navodaya Vidyalayas and Eklavya Model School? Around 1200. India's EFTA TEPA, that is Trade Economy Partnership Agreement, came into force on 1st October. Which are the 4 countries? तो यहाँ पे जो 4 countries हैं वो हैं EFTA के जो members हैं वो है Switzerland, Norway, Iceland and Liechtenstein. What is the investment commitment under the India EFTA TEPA? Around $100 billion. Union Minister Amit Shah inaugurated India's first cooperative multi-feed CBG and potash granule project in which state? So in Maharashtra. The high-level committee chaired by Amit Shah approved mitigation and recovery projects worth how much across 9 states? So it was around 46,445 crores. India and UK commenced the bilateral maritime exercise Konkan 2025. Which aircraft carrier represented India? It was INS Vikrant. Which UK aircraft career participated in Konkan 25. This is HMS Prince of Wales. BRO built the world's highest motorable road at Mig La Pass, Ladakh. What is the altitude? Altitude is around 19,400. TEC signed an MOU with IIT Naya Raipur to advance research in the next-gen telecom sector. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched which campaign for settlement of unclaimed financial asset? Aapki Punji, Aapka Adhikar. Nobel Prize in Medicine given to Shimon Saguchi, Mary E. Burkov and Fred Ramstead. Indian peacemakers serving in AB Sudan were honored by which UN mission? So this was the UNISFA, that is the United Nations Interim Security Force for AB. Who was appointed as brand ambassador of the Viksit Bharat Bildathon in October? So this was Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla. Indian Coast Guard ship Akshar was commissioned at Karaikal. It is part of which class of FPVs? This is the Adamya class. India topped the medal tally ISSF Junior World Cup 2025 in New Delhi with how many medals? Total 26 medals. Which country hosted the 12th Paralympics Athletics Championship 2025? It was hosted by India. Next is how many medals did India win at the 12th World Parathletics Championship? Total 22 medals. PFRDA celebrated NPS Divas 2025 with the theme Inclusive Pension, Innovative Solutions, Strengthening Retirement and Security in India. Next is World Teachers Day was observed on October 5 with the theme Recasting Teaching as a Collaborative Profession. Which three organizations signed an MOU to strengthen railway disaster response? This is RPF, NDRF and IRIDM. The Ministry of Mines issued guidance for which 1500 crore scheme in October 2025? So this was Critical Mineral Recycling Initiative. According to NCRB data, which city was ranked India's safest city for 4th consecutive year? This is Kota. Unsafe city is Kochi. We have done this question. ठीक है, ये हमने कर लिया था. Yes. Now is PCA approved widening of the Kalibor-Numaligarh section with around 6,957 crore. How many new Kendriya Vidyalayas were approved under the civil sector in October? 57 Kendriya Vidyalayas. The Maharashtra CM Devendra Fadnavis announced that Navi Mumbai International Airport will be renamed after Lok Nete D.B. Patil. Tamil Nadu partnered with which German football club to launch India's first sports tech incubation center? This is Borussia Dortmund. Which district became India's first child marriage-free district in October? This is Balod, Chhattisgarh. Thomas Cook India signed an MOU with which ministry to collect real-time travelers' feedback? This is by Ministry of Tourism. Next is where was the 42nd ICAO assembly session held in September-October? It was held in Montreal, Canada. India received the ISSA Award 2025 for outstanding achievement in social security, held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Next is RBI granted self-regulatory organization status to which NBFC industrial body? This is the Finance Industrial Development Council. RBI imposed a penalty of 31.80 lakh on American Express Banking Corporation. RBI Finance HDB with 4.2 lakh non-regulation with which regulation? KYC directions को follow ना करने की वजह से. ठीक है? Now nearly the questions have been finished. Okay. Next class से हम September के questions को cover करेंगे. Finally we have done around 400 questions of the October month. So अगर आपने वीडियो यहाँ तक देखी है तो वीडियो को लाइक ज़रूर करना. अगर कंटेंट अच्छा लगे तो you can also subscribe the channel. So thank you for watching and keep studying.